soldiers, I'm the Alliance, and welcome back to another video. So I just watched the newest episode of Season 7 of the Clone Wars. It's called The Bad Batch, and I think it's a pretty cool return to form. You know, we haven't seen the Clone Wars for the last about, maybe 6 or 7 years, so it was cool to see them finally actually, realizing how cool it is that the Clone Wars is actually a really awesome thing. Now, before I go too far into this, and you might already know this because of some of my most recent videos, but I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of backstory. For me, I actually didn't watch the Clone Wars when it first came out. By that point, I think I was in my early years of high school, and at that point I was thinking more about girls, you know what I mean, than Star Wars. Now, of course, more recently I've come back and I've actually watched through season 1 through 3. And I still kind of pick up on a couple other ones. I've kind of watched where Darth Maul came back in the day. But as far as I'm concerned, man, this is a good return to form. You know, Clone Wars has always been pretty good overall. There are a couple episodes where, like the whole episode where Jar Jar has to pretend to be a Jedi to save Padme. That episode's a little eh. But overall, Clone Wars is a very solid show. And when it was canceled after Disney had purchased Star Wars from George Lucas, it hurt a lot of people. And I remember a lot of people getting really sad about this. And me personally, I didn't watch it at the time, so I didn't necessarily care. I shouldn't say I didn't care, because I did care. But I also was just kind of like, that's just the way things work. But as I started watching the Clone Wars again and getting more into it, and I started realizing, wow, Disney really messed up. They really did. So it's cool that they actually allowed the ability to come back and make a season 7 for their Disney Plus streaming show. And I'm happy to see it back. So let me know what you guys think. Did you like this new episodes? Do you think that this show is a good example of maybe pursuing more stuff in this time period, more Clone Wars era stuff, even if the Clone Wars TV show has come to an end? Would you like to see something else like this? Let me know. Now, with that said, with my brief history explained, let me kind of go into this whole episode. I'm going to give a little brief explanation on what happens, and I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions. So pretty much there are this squad they call themselves the Bad Batch. They're actually called the Clone Force 99, and what they were the Cominians? Yes, I think that's how you say it. Cominians. Yes, that's how you say it. That was always a weird word to me. Anyways, so the Cominians, they actually started experimenting with maybe making super soldier clones. And only 4 were ever successful-ish, and they still technically weren't counted as successful. So they kind of are kept secret from the rest of the clone army. And so that's where these 4 different characters come in. So we have the leader is named Hunter. We have the big boy, his name is Wrecker. We have the tech guy, and that is he's just called Tech. And then you have the sniper, who is called Crosshair. And honestly, right off the bat, I'm just gonna say I think that they're a really solid team. If Clone Wars ends and these guys survive this last season, of course, I would like to see a show on just these guys. The way they work together, the banter they have between each other. I think that they have a lot going for them, and I'd like to kind of see something more from them, even if it isn't just a, let's say they do die in the next couple episodes. Maybe we can get a prequel series just for them. I think that they have enough charisma. I think Hunter's a really cool leader, and it'd be interesting to kind of see his ability kind of explained a little more. They explained that he can detect electromagnetic pulses across the entire planet, which is a really cool ability. It almost sounds like Force-like, so that'd be cool if maybe this Hunter guy actually has the Force, and he doesn't really know how to explain that he has the Force, because he doesn't realize that's the Force. He just kind of gets told this is his ability, and that'd just be cool to explore, because so far from what I've seen, I don't think a clone has ever had the Force, and maybe I'm wrong. I think one has, but I can't remember. So it'd be cool to kind of see him do that, especially he's a really tough dude. Cool to see it maybe explore. Maybe he becomes a Jedi after Order 66. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe a little bit, over the top, but I don't know. So this Bad Batch, they team up with Captain Rex and Commander Cody, and they all go to take out this satellite array for reasons I can't exactly remember why. Anyways, they go there. Actually, I think it's to find out how that the droids are contacting like how the droids are getting all their intel and stuff. We eventually find out later in the end that Echo actually survives the Citadel attack, which is interesting. I'm curious to how exactly they're going to explain that. I know we're going to get more explanation in the next episodes, but that's interesting that he actually survived that. Now from there, the clones, they all go together. They get shot down. Commander Cody actually gets wounded and gets trapped. And then here comes Big Boy Wrecker, who, like, I think out of all the characters that they introduced in this episode, Wrecker is just like so cool. You know what I mean? Like, he's just kind of like a big dumb brute, but he's just like, he's so like tenacious with his character. And I think that's something that we don't really see much. We see clones like, come on, man, haha. But this guy's like, you can stay here if you want. I'll take on the entire army by myself. And he'll just run into the whole crowd. And I think that's like such an interesting character to kind of introduce because he's a super strong dude. So here he goes. He lifts this entire gunship, which I was like, wow, that's impressive. Like, that's a lot of weight. You know, we're talking probably about like at least a ton of weight. You know what I mean? Like 2,000 pounds. And this dude just like lifts it like nothing. So I think it's gonna be interesting to kind of explore these characters. I kind of want to see more from them. So they save Commander Cody. Commander Cody is injured, and one of the clones actually stays with Cody while the rest go to do the assault. And in the end, you know, these 4 characters, they just take them out, and I think that's something that's super impressive that we've never actually seen. Now we've seen clones be able to take on squads before, but these guys, like, they worked like a unit. And they work like they know they know each other's abilities, and they know how well the other people are at fighting. Do you know what I mean? So, like, Hunter can look at his entire squad and be like, I know what you guys are capable of. If I think that we can't handle something, then I'm not going to force you guys into this. But I know you guys can handle this type of stuff. So they do. So it's really cool to see them. So yeah, and then in the very end, Tech hacks into the system, and Rex discovers that Echo is alive, like I mentioned, and that's probably going to be the next episode in this arc. So first off, what do I think about this episode overall? Like I said, I think it's a great return to form. I think that the characters are interesting. I think that the animation, man, is so impressive. It actually almost makes me want them to go back and kind of just give a facelift to some of the older episodes. Just because if you jump into a couple of first episodes of season 1, even the movie kind of, they got some sketchy animation in them, and I get it, it's like 10 years old now. Oh, actually, they might be almost 15 years old now. Yeah, about pretty old. I mean, not that old, but like still pretty old. So it'd be interesting to see them kind of go back and maybe re-explore some of this stuff, and you know, maybe give some facelifts to different scenes in the older episodes. And also maybe put the episodes in chronological order like I've been doing with my most recent videos. I've been doing the Clone Wars Explained videos, so you guys want to check those out. I'll leave links to those in the description below. So pretty much, this is what I want to see. I know we're going to explore Echo. I have a feeling that some of these guys are probably going to die. But what I want to see more of this Bad Batch. Even if it is just another arc later on in the season, or maybe a whole show dedicated to just these guys. I would love to watch just like maybe like a 2 to 3 season run of just seeing what these guys were doing the entire time through the Clone Wars. Like I said, they have a really good chemistry. They seem like a cool team. I like the fact that they all kind of have their own personalities, different type of like special powers, I guess you could say. I guess you could say they all have a special power. One super strength, one has super accuracy, one can detect the droids coming, and then the other person, or one might have the Force, I guess you could say, and the other guy is just super smart, and that would be interesting. I'd like to see that. Would you guys like to see like a spin-off show with these guys? I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but that's how I feel. So there you go. Overall, solid episode. I'm excited to see what happens next. If you guys want to see more videos from me, please remember to like, subscribe, and notifications. I'm going to be doing a review for every single one of these videos. Episodes, I should say. And I'm going to also be doing videos on all of the Clone Wars Explained, like I said. So if you guys, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, remember to like, subscribe, turn notifications. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you later. Peace.